roughly around April, I came across the 30-day email course. And since it was completely free, without much expectation, I just joined in. And I think that was a big turning point. It was a wonderful experience receiving those emails every day. And those 30 days were really wonderful. Uh, and the one point that I wanted to say is that I'll just give a slight background of myself because that will put things in context. So, one, I have been a blogger for almost 10 plus years, and I have written a lot of stuff on the tech space. And it is at some point of time last year, around this same time, that I started thinking if I have written close to 300 plus articles, why not make some money out of that writing? The next step was to find out who is ready to pay me for my writing and how do I get into that market. And that's when I started exploring. And coincidentally, I came across Supriya's email course, and that's how it all started. Right. And one thing led to the other. And I was convinced to join the 8-week course. And man, that was one of the best decisions I have taken till date on any online course I have taken up, because I have taken quite a few online courses like all of us these days. But I think this one course has been a real game changer. And the reason I say that is at least for three distinct things. One is that I find a parallel between the cohort that we join and what I see in my day-to-day profession. I'm basically the principal of a PU college, a 10 plus 2 college. And a lot of students, they are typically preparing for the competitive exams like NEET or the various state CET courses. And the one thing I always tell them is that the best way to prepare for the competitive exams is to surround yourself with people who are running the same race as you, right? And what I didn't realize is that joining the cohort was a very, very similar experience, because everybody is aligned in the same direction. Everybody has their compass pointed in the same direction. And that makes a vast difference, right? All the experiences that people share, the knowledge that they have gained that is shared, and all of that on top up by the wisdom that Supriya brings to the table from her own experience, right? That makes a vast difference. That's the number one point. The second most important point is the 8-week course is full of extremely good pointers. I can vouch for that fact because I have filled in close to 45 pages of Word documents with the notes I have taken down during her 8 calls during the 8 weeks. And I keep going back to them whenever I get into a doubt. And I do that even to this day. And whenever I have a doubt, I go back and there is some pointer there that sort of gives me some insight into what could be the approach. So that's the kind of value that you get from the 8-week intensive course. So when she says it's an intensive course, it really is intensive, because that 1 hour is like a completely power-packed mode. So the one thing that really comes is the intensiveness in the course, right? That's what I was talking about. It's very power-packed and a lot of pointers that are worth taking down and revisiting. And the final point that I would like to make is the point about the rubber hitting the road. This I have consistently talked about, and I do talk about it to a lot of people who do call me up to ask whether this is a course worth investing in. And I said, don't even think twice. Go ahead. It is worth 10 times the money that you're spending on it. Because one, you get to practice what you have been taught on live projects that are given to you by Supriya herself, right? What better could come your way? Because see, one thing, if you have to do all the things, the 360-degree things, right? Scouting for a client yourself, cold calling them yourself, then convincing them that you're the person to do it, then taking up the work, sending samples, then doing it, then getting into calls with them. So it's quite a task for any newbie like me. But here, I have all of that taken care by Supriya, and all I have to do is focus on my writing and ensure that Supriya is happy with that writing, right? So it takes a lot of headache off your shoulders, and you can focus on improving your writing for the 8 to 10 weeks during the course. And then once you feel you're ready for it, you can start scouting for work yourself. I think that stage by stage exposure that this program allows you, right? First, focus on improving your writing. Second, start the marketing part. Third, start winning clients. So she'll handhold you every inch of the way, and that makes a world of difference, right? So I was just making a few points as she was talking. So one is turning in the work, setting deadlines, setting expectations with clients, working with teams, extracting that work in case you are working with a team yourself, right? And ensuring that you get paid for it. Even that part is so important. I remember just the other day, I just mentioned to her that I started working with a client that she had suggested to me almost 2 months back. And the moment I wrote those 2 lines on WhatsApp to her, she immediately called me and said, "Have you made sure that he's going to pay you for it?" Right? I said, "Oh my goodness!" In the middle of all her busy work, she still gets time to ensure that I have followed the basic 101 rules of content writing. Right? You have to get into some kind of a deal with your client before you start working for them. Right? So some of these things, I think she handsold you brilliantly, and the quality she talks about delivering to her clients, I think she delivers that same quality into this course too. So each one of you who joins this cohort, I'm sure you will not regret having signed up for this program. So that's my take on it.